Hey everyone, this goes out to all my fellow activists, libertarians, conspiracy theorists, and just people in general who are concerned about what's been going on in the world recently. It's a bright sunny day here. I'm really positive, but I think it's more than just that. There's a lot to be thankful for, there's a lot to be hopeful for in this world right now. While everything may seem negative, everything may seem to be crumbling beneath our feet, and powerful seem to be coming up against us. It's like if you leech poison out of a wound. It's frightening, and it hurts, and it's painful, but it's a sign that healing is on the way. It's similar to purifying precious metal. The impurities come to the top and you skim them off. So things may look ugly on the surface. That's because everything's coming to the surface. Now, just think about all the recent news, and some things it's just in the process of revelation right now. We're just beginning to know the huge gravity and immense scope of it all. Now, one of the biggest things right now is the Ron Paul movement, obviously. Now, the media isn't covering it, but people are beginning to see how biased the media is this whole past year. But that hasn't prevented anything. It's like I had this idea for a little political cartoon where Ron Paul's racing Mitt Romney on a bike, almost neck and neck with him, but he has ball and chain, or several balls and chains of media blackout, voter fraud, etc., etc. So despite all that, it's amazing the progress that has been made. Amazing. And more people are aware, not only of media bias, but of the wickedness of government intervention, just how shady the Federal Reserve is. It's all coming to light. And people are starting to speak up about it. There's nullification, the NDAA. All kinds of people across the board are aware of this. And now states have begun to say, for instance, that they will not cooperate with federal officers to try to enforce it, come after suspected terrorists, or people associated with suspected terrorists, and or that they will even prevent them from doing so. There are many more actions across the board that are taking place. That was just the one example. Now, the Ron Paul campaign may seem to have kind of slacked off and acted like they don't really have much of a chance of actually winning. But I can tell you firsthand, the supporters have not. Rule 38, it's been disputed back and forth, but the fact that and for those who don't know what Rule 38 means, is that, it means that no voters are bound whatsoever, and this was clarified by 2008 by someone from the RNC who said that the voter from Utah was not bound to vote for McCain. They could vote for Romney. Made exception for Romney, they made exception for Ron Paul. And now in Massachusetts, delegates are trying to be coerced to be sworn to vote for Romney, which shows that they aren't really, and they wouldn't be unless they signed the form. And there's a law stating that no one can be coerced regarding any vote, regarding any presidential candidate or nominee. So it looks as if it's in our favor in that Ron Paul may just pull off a win on the first round. So there's that. And people say he can't do much in the office, but he can cut 5 departments. That would do a lot, and not enforce any of the laws that entail federal action. He would exonerate all non-violent drug offenders. So anyway, that's just even one piece of the pie. Now we have other things such as the Bilderberg group. More and more people are aware than ever before. In 2008, the media was forced to cover it because Alex Jones made a big stink about it. Obama and Hillary went missing for a day or two, and so it was admitted. It's been admitted that kind of vet vice presidential candidates like Marco Rubio, walking to the side of the street from this lawnmower here. And now there's a Occupy Bilderberg movement, and many of the Occupy movement, many of them they were aware that the Federal Reserve is kind of a corrupt institution, corrupt actions that, and many of them are starting to think, you know, with all these bailouts to the banks and everything, maybe you know, in Goldman Sachs, I mean, that guy, he left and said it was so toxic that he couldn't stand it there anymore. It reportedly became toxic after I think it was the bailouts. And so people are starting to wonder, and all these high financial elites are going to be there at Bilderberg, top political figures, and so I think it was over 100 last time or something, but it's exponentially greater than that this time. I mean, we don't even know. The NATO protests, I have to do a follow-up to that. I warned people to not go, but I think people had become so aware, like the police chief was confronted over this about agent provocateurs, and he just walked away and denied and walked away. And I think there were signs. I'll have to get into that later, but people were aware, and soldiers were stripping off their medals, saying, you know, they had been over to Afghanistan, so they're saying that it was ridiculous, that it didn't mean anything to them because, in fact, it was kind of the bane because it was such a evil war. They were doing that there at the NATO summit. There was this huge protest in Canada recently. I don't know what it was about exactly, but I saw the picture of thousands. They were crowding the streets. You couldn't see the street at all, and they refused to. I mean, just the fact that they were solidifying their right to protest. I think, what else was I getting to? 10,000 students in the Austin community colleges are not signing up again for the next semester because they're being told that they're forced to take vaccines. And interviews with the students there showed they said that however harmful it may or may not be, people should at least have a choice. They have a choice, but they were apparently told not to make that known, school officials. It's incredible. I mean, there's just, you know, police abuse. More and more people are videotaping and winning in court because lawfully they should be able to. All these, and going back to the Ron Paul movement, all this voter fraud, these illegal actions by the establishment party officials, that's being totally defeated. And it's just, now whatever story you come across, just think about it in light of, battery said it was running out. Even if you don't see any positive action that has making things better, just think about the fact that it's actually even come out, like the internment document saying that the Army, and it did say inside the document, on domestic grounds, turn us into camps, internment camps, and make dissidents, acclimate them to government policies. That's scary. But you know what? It came out in the open. And now we know. We know what's going on. We're aware. And just that fact alone, the fact that most of the Army is awake. And most of Ron Paul got 70% of all military donations. And there's the Oath Keepers and everything. They're not going to fight against us. Even if foreign armies come in, they'll fight them. But I think things are turning in our favor. So there's more reason to have hope than there is to despair. And that's just the message I want to communicate to you today, here in my girlfriend's house now. And it's a nice sunny day, so if you're here in Seattle, get out and enjoy it, wherever you are. Just enjoy your life and continue making positive action, and we will win. Look at this day. It's amazing. Love how beautiful it is here, Seattle on sunny days. Anyway.